Testing. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. We're back and we're better. Had more views. Had a lot of views on that one. Oh well. Who cares? Uh, I'll wait till some people get engaged and then I'll do this. Waiting on the people to come back. If they don't come back, oh well. I don't care, man. I'm tired of this anyway. Um, I guess they won't come back. Oh well, who cares? Guess I won't have the viewership tonight. Uh, the other one ain't going on my channel. I'm not going to even really record it or anything. Um, I guess I lost the viewers. Oh well, because I'm not going to 25 minutes with no freaking volume because the stupid microphone decides not to freaking work, and I'm sick of it because it's the third time it freaking happened. I'm so sick of this garbage. I'm so freaking tired of it. It's not. It decides it doesn't want to freaking work the minute I do a freaking stream. And I decide I want to put hard earned work into a stupid stream, and it doesn't freaking doesn't cooperate. I'm pissed, and it just really just pissed me off. I don't care about this thing that's popping up here. Okay, now I can promote the real stream because this is bullcrap here. Let's go. Cause I'm pissed off now. I'm really pissed off now. It just decided it didn't want to freaking work. Uh, I'm tired because this stuff decided. Now I got my viewers back. Just waiting till y'all came back, guys. Cause the microphone decided it didn't want to work, and it took a while to realize that it wasn't freaking working, and it pissed me off. So I got to start all the way over again. I'm so sick of stuff, man. Things not wanting to work. So tired of this garbage. Anyway, I got two views at least. Let's do this because, like I said, apparently I had to reiterate everything I said for the first 25 minutes because of the goddamn microphone didn't want to work. I'm pissed off that this 14-year-old was shot in the head by police for no reason, even though they've tolerated it from other people, other institutions, other things. They've tolerated it from white folks for no goddamn reason. And I'm not understanding why. So I had to start over, I guess. Let's do this.
Begin tonight with a teen shot in the head by Gulfport police. He was being treated at University Hospital and was taken off life support.
Why was he shot in the head in the first place, guys? I wonder why. Gee, I wonder. Why was he shot in the head in the first place? Oh, yeah, by the way, recap. I was off for a week, I guess, because I didn't feel like streaming because my mind was in a bad place. And I had to go on, I went on a men's retreat. Now I'm all recharged and better. So here I am again. I was going to do another stream. What's the name? What's his name? The O'Neill trials and stuff. But I seen this horrific screw off show that happened over the weekend. Freaking officer decides to shoot a kid in the head even though he surrendered to them. They have no morals or conscience. Apparently, they don't care about taking a life. They just see it as just another day in the freaking neighborhood. I guess that's what I missed over the weekend while I was on my retreat here.
This evening, that's according to his family.
I'm not going to pull the plug on him. You know, he can come back maybe.
He didn't come back because those bastards decided they wanted to take matters into their own hands.
And that was his mother yesterday, the mother of 15-year-old Jaheim McMillan, who
he's 15.
was shot in the head by Gulfport police on Thursday. Authorities saying they received reports of a car with people inside waving guns at drivers. That car was stopped by an officer at this Family Dollar store. That's when police say the teens ran off and an officer engaged an armed suspect, leading to shots being fired.
I never held a weapon up at a police officer. Those are trumped up stories to say.
Like I said, another albino. Go team, go.
They're behind.
As police maintain their innocence, the families are crying foul. Meanwhile, all suspects involved are now in custody. Police say several firearms were recovered. The investigation now being handled by the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation.
I just can't stand this garbage. Where is it? Where we at?
Introducing Flex Power Tools. More
They don't give you a chance to skip.
Longer runtime.
I don't care. I don't care. Execution style murder. I don't care about that. I'm looking at more so.
Again tonight with a teen
the whole
shot in the head.
No, don't care. Don't care. Don't care. Let's see. Especially a shot at Alexi. No. Let's see the raw interview. Let's see what's going on here. I want to 35 minutes. Let's look at it. It gives me something.
And joining me now is Katrina Mateen, the mother of the 15-year-old who was shot. Ms. Mateen, first of all, how's your son doing?
The mother of this is the mother. Okay, this is the mother, and of course she's going to be emotional and hysterical because her son was freaking killed, and yeah. Let's go.
What's the latest in terms of his status?
And the latest is that he's no longer with us.
And she's sad. She wants to break down and cry. You can tell this.
That's it. He's no longer with us.
I'm sorry to hear that. So I guess this is new information that you just learned yourself.
On the way here.
Now I want to cry. I want to cry.
So sorry to hear that. What are police telling you right now in terms of his involvement?
I haven't talked to anyone. No one's contacted me. When I got here yesterday, they handcuffed me and walked me across the street. And then I went to the hospital.
What's the message? You've got
to be with her son.
Support justice for Jaheim. All these signs, a lot of people coming out here to the Family Dollar. What's the message you'd like to get out to those who will see this tonight and those who...
My message would be to avoid blue boys. to avoid the racist bastards that think it's okay to kill black people for no reason that wear a uniform. I'm not saying all cops do this, but there are racist bastards that do this. There are racist bastards that see black people as just open fire, as just open season, like it's purge or some crap that's going on here. My message would be to don't even be seen holding a gun. Apparently, we can't. He's even though he surrendered, he still has to get shot and killed for whatever reason that they saw. Whatever reason they saw to be killed, it was okay for them to do it. It was justified, apparently. It was just another, like I said, another day in the neighborhood for them.
We're just learning that you've lost your son, and again, I apologize.
Those pieces of crap, those pieces of trash, those psychotic freaking pieces of, they deserve. I don't care. I don't know what's going to happen to the person that shot him in the head. I hope the investigation turns out that he was dead wrong and he deserves murder and life in prison. I hope whatever. I hope he's tried. I'm sick and tired of officers feeling like they have the right to kill people for no reason, and then they just get off. They just get away with murder. They get away with murder, but let you do it. Let you think about doing it. Oh, you're going away for life. Oh, you're horrible. You're a criminal. But they can do it for fun and giggles and get off on it. Now you see where the rage comes from? Now you see where the anger and rage, they can get away with murder while we can't do any, we can't even jaywalk.
The message is, I feel like Gulfport Police Department had been targeting my son. One of them told me that my son was going to end up in jail or dead. And then, honestly, I might know the officer. If I see him, he might be one I've talked to before. And he probably knew my son. And I feel like he did it on purpose. They killed his uncle, Marvin McMillan, a few years back. And I feel like they had a target on my son.
So Gulfport Police Department
Probably did because they're a racist piece of trash.
also an officer shot, you said his uncle?
Yes, his uncle, Marvin McMillan.
And now your son.
Now my son.
What were your thoughts, I guess, initially? I guess you were praying and he was be fighting for his life and things of that nature.
Well, he's going to be on the ventilator. I'm not going to take him off. I mean, I feel like he's got a chance, and I'm not going to.
He knows he's no longer with us, guys. Apparently, because there's an update on that, but we'll get to that. I just want to do the interview and do my commentary.
Pull the plug on him. You know, he can come back maybe, and if he can, I'm going to give him that chance.
Well, thank you so much. Any message for your supporters here with the Signs Justice for Jaheim here at the Family Dollar tonight?
Oh no, they know I thank him for coming.
Bull crap. That's what it is.
Justice for Jaheim.
Everybody just keep
Justice
praying for my nephew
against
and my
bull crap.
sister.
Okay, justice against bull crap.
Hope he pull through.
I can't stand this garbage.
And he is still, just for clarification, at USA in Mobile.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Ms. Patine.
Daisy 94.5.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
First things first, if you can just kind of give me your knee-jerk reaction. You know, obviously we don't have all the details right now, but from what we do know,
Let's just do the real commentary, shall we?
It's not looking good for him right now over at USA in Mobile. Just your thoughts to know if that's the case, based on the fact that you do have.
My first response was,
Come on, Rip. Let him have it.
anger. Any loss of life, especially the life of a child, should shock and anger all of us. There's got to be a reasonable explanation.
There is none, Rip. I listen to your show a lot and all the time. There's no reasonable explanation for this garbage. They do what they want and they do as they please. They don't care about our lives. They don't care about none of that garbage. We could try to analyze it and sit here and think that there's a there's a rational reason. No, because they let other people get away with much worse. They let people with different skin colors get away with much worse, and I'm sick and tired of it.
And then I asked myself, why is it always this demographic?
Because they don't like us. They hate us. That's why it's always this demographic.
You know, young African American male, usually unarmed, shot by
Always unarmed.
typically Caucasian police officers.
Always Caucasian police officers. Always white police officers. He's on the radio. He got to be careful with his words. I don't have to be careful with Jack. White police officers love shooting black men. They don't care if you're armed or not. They're going to shoot you and kill you because they don't like you. I'm not saying all white police officers do this. They're the racist bastards that do this. Because I can say what I want on this page. I can say what I want and no one will care. That's why I don't do radio and TV. Because I'm glad I don't do radio and TV. I'm glad I didn't get hired with radio and TV doing all that kind of stuff. I spent years trying to get into the radio and TV business, but I couldn't. I'm glad I didn't. Because now I can create my own platform and say what I want. I can say what I want and how I want to say it. White, racist bastards will do anything to kill a black person because they don't like you.
And simultaneously, upon getting this information, I found out that a 26-year-old Caucasian male had murdered someone, rammed the sheriff's deputy's car, and lived to tell about it.
My point exactly, Rip. They do things, they fight police, they can spit on police, they can hurt police, and they can live. They can bomb stuff, they can hurt, they can shoot up entire schools, entire churches, and live. But guess what? Guess what happens to us? If we get a phone call about us, someone can call the police, he looks suspicious. You're dead. You're automatic dead. If someone calls the police and say you look suspicious, there's a black male walking in our neighborhood that looks suspicious. I did the string. String's still up. You can go watch it. A black man looked suspicious. They killed that man because he looked suspicious. If you're black, you're and you look you get a phone call or a complaint, they kill you automatic. White people can do everything to police. They can spit on police. They can shoot. They can slap a police. They can hurt a police. They can ram a police car. They can shoot up a school. They can shoot up an entire school. So he has to be careful. I don't have to be careful. I don't care. I don't care.
I got a phone call from a witness very shortly after.
I don't care what I say.
Fired within an hour or so.
I say what I want, doggone it.
And
this pisses me the hell off. You know why? I had other things planned. I had a peaceful weekend planned. But all of a sudden, I hear this garbage. They shoot a black male. They're not even trying. They're not even trying to do right. They do this on purpose. They're publicly racist.
Shook. He's a retired railroad worker, and he and his wife were there.
Freaking tired of this garbage.
Thing.
Every time you look up, you see garbage like this.
On my show this morning, it's a new day.
Bullshit.
You know, I must tell you, there has to be an evaluation.
Bull crap, man. Just bull crap.
And procedures of how officers put themselves in harm's way. Now, don't get me wrong. There's no doubt that it's a dangerous job. But the first order of business is do no harm. There are requirements that can result in the loss of life when seeking to maintain law and order. I'm
Garbage, man. Pure fucking garbage.
pacifist.
It's utter trash,
But
man.
there has to be professionalism when it comes to law enforcement. And I think this evaluation is whether or not there was professionalism. I went to the store. There were 5 rounds, at least 3 of which penetrated the window of a store that had people in it. Now, granted, the officer had to feel his life was in danger. That will be proven one way or the other, but never should any first responder put other lives at risk.
They don't care. That's why, Rip. They don't give a crap. They don't care. They don't give a rat's behind about safety, about any of that garbage. They don't care, Rip. They don't. Only thing they care about is freaking genocide. We're afraid you're going to replace us with minorities. We're afraid of these nuts in your mouth. We should say you should be very afraid. Be afraid. Because you keep screwing with us. You keep screwing with us. You're going to get a problem. Not me, but there are people out here, this current generation and generations behind me, that don't care about any of that. See, I have restraint. Other people behind me don't have any. The generations that come up behind us don't have any restraint. Okay? And I'm sick and tired of this garbage. They just open and willingly they're just publicly displaying their prejudice and racism, their distaste for black people for no reason. We're still living in Martin Luther King days. That stuff was decades ago, and we're still living in the same garbage. This crap's still going on. Why?
It's dishonorable for me.
Why is it still going on?
As an officer, but as a man. So I have some very grave concerns about this. And after talking to
pisses me off, man.
relatives, the mother of
You
2
can't.
of the boys that was in the car, these are teenagers, 17 to 15 years old.
They don't do this with white folks.
One
They don't
of
do
which,
it with white people.
We're friends with
They don't.
an associate of mine, young boy there at Gulfport High. I do feel that there's some training that happens that suggests to some officers that we're in an us against them war.
No, it's the brainwashing that you've seen on the Jerry Springer Kids show. It's that crap. It's that garbage. And some are even told to kill blacks. The prayer for the Ku Klux Klan is to, I thank God for killing the mud races. They want you dead for no reason whatsoever. So I say this. You can hate all you want. It's not going to stop us. It's not going to stop us from doing what we got to do. It's not going to stop our kids from graduating. It's not going to stop us from getting educations. It's not going to stop us from starting businesses. It's not going to stop us from repopulating. You can use Planned Parenthood, all that abortion garbage. You could use whatever you want to use. You could use the coronavirus, the whole shebang about letting black people die in the hospital, claiming it was COVID when it really wasn't. It was really the simple fact you felt that you just refused to treat them of the things that they were sick of, the pre-existing things that they had. There were several stories about black people going to the hospital for help and you let them die because you're evil bastards. You're racist pieces of garbage. And someone has to say it out loud and not give a crap. You do everything you can to ruin us. It's not going to work. I'm telling you this right now. It is not going to work. It's not going to work. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep growing. We're going to keep prospering. We're going to continue to move and elevate in ways you could even fathom. So if you hate people because of their color, I'll say this once, and you can have these nuts in your mouth. If you hate people because of their color, we're going to continue to prosper. I don't care what you think, what you say, what your opinion is. I don't even care if I get in trouble on here.
And I think some officers who think that do not need to be on patrol.
They don't need to be alive. How about that? They don't need to be alive. They don't need to have a gun in their hand. They don't need to be nowhere. Filth like that shouldn't be on the streets. I'm sick and tired of every time you think everything's okay, then bam! They kill a black person for no reason at all whatsoever. And they don't stop. They keep doing it over and over.
It baffles me as to how, based on what the report was from law enforcement, these 4 young men can be charged with aggravated assault.
Assault to who? They didn't assault anybody.
When, according to the witness, the police just drove up.
Rednecks do it all the time. They were all running around with guns and all this other garbage. And nothing happens to them.
Did these boys assault the officer?
No one was assaulted. No one was assaulted.
If they assaulted someone else, then it stands to reason that someone else would have filed charges.
No one filed charges.
The lack of information does not build credibility within
The lack of information just proves that they're even more racist bastards than you think they are.
community. I think the quicker...
And no one wants to talk about it. Even when they gave that police officer interview, they asked questions. I can't reveal it. I can't reveal it. I can't say anything. They're garbage. They're garbage. They're just pieces of trash. They're some of the most racist. Biloxi police are even worse. These police are racist bastards. Arkansas is too. They're all racist pieces of garbage. I don't care who says this or hears this or don't like it. You can suck my balls.
That MBI...
Because I'm tired of this crap.
...get information out there, the better. This investigation is going to continue regardless, but it isn't like we're looking for a culprit. Everyone involved with what happened yesterday is accounted for. They are either arrested or they have been given leave in law enforcement or they're fighting for their lives. So I think that elected officials need to step in and evaluate the policies and procedures of law enforcement. And
no, they need to stop being pieces of trash, and actually run it the way it's supposed to be ran, and stop being prejudiced and racist, and stop hating blacks for no reason. They just need to stop it, even though it's probably not going to happen. We're asking for too much here. All we're asking is that you abide by the goddamn Constitution. That's all we ask. But that's a little too much. It's a little too much like right. So we're just not going to worry about that. We're just going to do what we want. If we see a black person that we think is suspicious, we'll just kill them. Even though other people do way worse things. They assault police. They fight police. They point guns at police. Nothing happens. They can shoot up whole facilities and nothing happens. But let a black man walk out of a Family Dollar, and surrender. Oh, he's dead. He's dead meat. He's suspicious. He's doing too much. Whatever, man. Whatever.
And insist that they provide information to the public expeditiously. If there's video,
They're not going to do it because they suck.
It's not going to stop or impair any investigation.
They suck. They're not going to do it.
There's nothing here that can impair an investigation with the public knowing it. What it can do, however, is build a public trust and relieve the public of any doubt that leadership and administration, they relieve them of any doubt that procedures are being followed and consequences, if any, would be adhered to.
And just for clarity, the eyewitness you had on your show this morning, he says the team did not have a weapon.
That's correct. He said to his knowledge he didn't. He saw the teen had keys in one hand, looked to him, and then a bag in the other. One of the mothers, Mary, indicated that the boys had just come from McDonald's, and that was a McDonald's bag. The mother of the driver of the car, a woman who said that she was the mother of the driver of the car, said her son was the one that jumped out and started running. But stopped and came back when he heard shots. The police said that, or reported that there was an exchange of gunfire. Well, if that is the case, then it means that one of the boys, or all the boys, or someone fired upon police. Now, if that did not happen, and the police reported that, I would be sorely disappointed.
They're not going to report the right stuff, guys. They're going to report what's going to look good. They're going to report what looks good. They're not going to report the truth. They never tell the truth.
Because make no bones about it, I support law enforcement. But I think, and Mississippi and the coast has.
And like I said, and like he said, I'm not against police. And I think we need police. I think we need police in cities and towns and all that other stuff. Because when someone breaks in your house, who are you going to call? When there's a murder, there's something that you need protecting, who are you going to call? You need police. I'm just saying we don't need racist bastards. Whether they're wearing a uniform, whether they're out of uniform, the guy that shot up that New York store, he's a racist bastard. The guy the police that kill black people for no reason, I'm not talking about all police. I'm not here to defund police. I'm not here to do any of that garbage. What I'm saying is you have people that have injustice written all over them, and then they wear a uniform. They wear all kinds of. They come in all different shapes, forms, and sizes. It's not just police that I'm talking about. It's not just a me against police type thing. No, I hate the fact that a black kid was shot by police. Why did it have to be police? I mean, anyone. It's still tragic if anyone does it. But why did it have to be police? I'm just saying, this just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Okay? Doesn't make a lot of sense. And I hate it. I had three or four views. I had a few views on here, and I hate that I had to redo the darn stream. Let me see something here, because let's see, because I don't want people getting confused and going to the wrong stream, because that stream doesn't exist anymore. Let's see. Let me remove that one and bring up this one. Let's see. Yeah, move the trash. Since they won't let you delete them. Move. Okay. Okay. I had to update my stuff. Okay, let's do this. Garbage, man. Just garbage. I freaking hate. I had to delete one stream because it went 25 minutes with no microphone, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of this mic doing this. I'll figure something out to where it's more consistent. Anyway, back to Rip. Back to you, Rip.
Has done a yeoman's job of maintaining that professionalism. We've had far fewer incidents of police-involved shootings compared to other parts of the nation and other cities. So there's no doubt that they're professional officers on the road.
Yeah, for the most part, they're pretty cool. I hadn't run into. I ran into one scumbag a few. I say a year or two ago. He just even the judge threw the case out because it was so ridiculous. He put 7 charges on me for no god awful reason. Just for no reason. He just decided he wanted to charge me with all kind of miscellaneous crap. Just for no reason. He said the tint on the car was unlawful. There was no tint on the car. All kind of crap. He just decided he just wanted to. I just can't stand prejudiced pieces of garbage. I can't stand filth.
But if one behaves unprofessionally to the point whereby it is criminal, then
he had a license to kill and he used it.
Justice must prevail for him as much as it would be for anyone else.
You talk about the climate now, and since the George Floyd situation back in 2020, I think there's more of a divide or a disconnect between law enforcement and the community, specifically the black community when you're talking about an unarmed black man or woman and a white police officer shooting at them. This can't help that situation. What do you think, other than training, and you mentioned that, but what are some things that can be done just in terms of unifying or trying to have some type of unity when it comes to law enforcement and the community? Because even yesterday, again, we don't have all the facts, but there's a disconnect. I was out there today, and just about everybody I talked to was like, well, I don't know why he had to do it, and this is always the case, and it's a talker, to say the least.
Once a poet said about the Harlem Renaissance.
You gotta figure out which angle you want to use on that camera, brother. Cause you zoom in all the way in and come back out. You gotta kind of figure out what you're gonna do, man.
Where you had the so-called New Negro. I think his name was Locke. He said, people are drawn together people are drawn together by condition, not necessarily conscience. So I will tell you that I think as a people, America, we exist in a unified environment because all of us are protected by that Constitution. We're all equal under the law.
I wish we'd tell that to the people that don't believe that garbage. Tell that to the racist bastards that shoot and kill for no reason. They feel like it. If you're wearing brown skin, it's okay to be killed. I'm just saying. I'm not understanding.
The condition is what changes when some of us are involved with the law. And because we're not drawn together by conscience, I think that there are individuals who, under the color of the law, do not conceive, or at the very least do not consider everybody equal under the law.
They don't. They see us as animals and crap. They see us as properties. They still don't see us as human. Just because it's the law. That's what makes people criminal, because they don't obey the law. They don't care about the law. That's what happens when you have people that are evil and twisted. They don't care about the law. They care about what they're feeling on the inside, the hate and crap that they're dealing with. They see black people as a threat, so they neutralize the threat by any means necessary. And it's weird and redundant and stupid. And I have other stories too coming up after this uh, concerning this case. Um, yeah, but let's keep going.
I think the police department has a challenge to weed out individuals who think that. I think that there
They're not gonna do it.
are people who come to work with extraordinary bigotries,
Yep,
color and otherwise.
pretty much.
And that might differ every day based on what experiences they had the day before.
Yeah,
I think there has to be a detox point for some officers. You can't do what they do at the level that they do it.
you'll never be able to do what they do on any close of a level to what they do it as, because they don't. They're not gonna. If you even think about doing it, they're gonna shoot you in the head. So you can't. There's no way. Well, but yeah, yeah, I hate Facebook. Facebook sucks. Um, let's see, and I'll look at it. But yeah, weird. I'll share it to the page and tag some people in it when I'm done with it, because apparently no one's gonna watch the stream during the stream. They rather just, because whatever. I don't care if no one watches while I stream or not. I'm just gonna talk about what I need to talk about and be done with it.
Every day and not have that adversely affect you. Chiefs of police and the higher ups have to acknowledge that. I do and am about to do significant work to try to discourage young people from committing crimes. I'm in the process of actually building a jail cell, a replica, to assist in our crimes and consequences program. But that becomes extraordinarily difficult when we have situations like yesterday that result in a 15-year-old boy being shot in the head.
In the head for no reason.
And there's no explanations for it.
They don't. The explanation is they don't like black people. That's the explanation. It's sad and it's atrocious, and that kind of thinking is stupid to me. How dumb can you be to think like this? What other reason would you have to shoot him in the head? For no reason. What other reason would you have? What an officer have to shoot someone in the head that that came out surrendering? What reason would you have? There is none. Exactly. You're just a punk son of a. That's what you are.
And so there's no panacea. There's no exact science to how this wonderful concept of law and order will
There's nothing.
exist.
Nothing.
But there is
Nothing.
a protection, as per the Constitution, of all of us.
They use the Constitution against us a lot of times. Even when we're in court, they ignore that stuff. A lot of the rights that we have, they ignore it. They bend the law for them, for some reason or another, unless you have a really good lawyer.
That says we're equal under the law until proven guilty. And
Second, guys.
law enforcement cannot be judge, jury, and executioner.
They are, apparently,
Regardless
unfortunately.
of the
For
fact
black
that
people, they
feel
are.
threatened.
For black people, they are.
Their
I
first
fear for
not
my
being- The
life.
procedure for them needs to, if you feel
Weirdos,
threatened,
man.
then,
They're weird.
you should take cover. Especially when you're not dealing with a violent situation or a situation
When someone surrenders,
that
you
has
just
not
shoot them in
been-
the
that you've
head
not been alerted to as a violent
because you're garbage.
situation,
Garbage.
such as this case, yeah.
Garbage. It's pure garbage.
That's what I needed. Anything else you'd like to add, just in terms of this situation? I know it's still early on, but
Yeah, I know that the MBI will investigate this. I hope that Sean Tyndall will, and I hope Sean Tyndall, Gulfport PD, and we in the media will not seek to tarnish the life of a 15-year-old boy
I'm
or
tarnishing
the
his
other
life.
young boys who I understand were under 17.
Tarnishing the pathetic bastard that decided wanted to shoot him in the head. I'm tarnishing him. I don't care about. I know because people have done way worse. Okay, they've done way worse. And but apparently down here, if you shots are fired and he surrenders and he's shot in the head and he didn't do anything to be shot in the head. I'm just trying to understand why was he shot in the head, and there's nothing that justifies it. Nothing justifies this garbage. Nothing justifies it. You can't even think of anything.
And implied that the actions of the police was justified based upon
There's no way.
whatever record may exist.
It's whatever, man. It's
No
what
one,
freaking ever. What freaking
no
ever.
one
Bull crap.
deserves to be shot in the head who is not themselves seeking lethal force.
I mean, pretty much.
Having a gun in and by itself is not against the law.
Nope.
Brandishing a gun, pointing a gun is against the law. Is it a capital crime? No, it isn't. And it begs the question now.
And he was unarmed when he was shot in the head. He was unarmed. He didn't have anything on him. Gee.
Both boys seemingly running away and are raising their hands, what threat were they?
Apparently they were a threat to white people. Racist white people, I mean. Not all white people. Racist white cops.
So I think that we in the media and law enforcement and Sean Tyndall, the
Garbage.
head of the Highway Patrol,
Racist
MBI,
filth.
need to provide answers very quickly. And law and elected.
Not the media. I'm not putting myself in there because them. Let's just say them because I don't have. I mean, I don't think they're going to come up with any legitimate answers because when you're racist, when you're prejudiced, when you're a piece of trash, and when you're a piece of garbage, and you're trying to justify your own hate with murder, yeah, I don't think there's going to be any kind of legitimate answers here.
Officials need to insist upon it. Concern within the African American community as to what is the procedure. How am I to assume that every officer just wants to kill me? And you know what, Josh? The other thing is that there is a significant. There should be a significant recognition of the fear, the automatic fear of African American males by Caucasian males, and vice versa. There is a fear of African American males of police officers.
Yep.
There are those who would ask, "Why do you run?" Well, look at the history of those who didn't.
Pretty much.
You've got a Caucasian male just murdered someone, he ran. He's not shot. I can name countless other situations where you have that. From Hancock County to Jackson County. So you can't ignore the statistics. just can. And I think it's about time we, on the coast, start actually coming up with policies and procedures for law enforcement that's going to protect law enforcement and protect the average guy. Those of us who support law enforcement, you know, right?
We're just gonna give you an update. He's at the Harrison County Detention Center.
Yes, sir. Charged with aggravated assault with a $500,000 bond.
No criminal history.
No.
What are your thoughts on that?
15 years old, sir.
When you 15-year-old, $500,000 bond, no criminal history. What comes to your mind? What are you thinking?
They trying to blackball these young black men.
What a horrible place to do an interview when there's something they're doing, whatever work they're doing in the background. Why? I don't know what they're doing back there. I don't know, they're cutting grass or whatever they're doing. But yeah, he didn't do anything wrong, though. By the way, back to the interview. It's just something that was just egging me. So I was just, whatever.
They're trying to cover up for their police officer by charging them with a crime that their officer committed on their friend. Those
Pretty much.
kids didn't do anything.
Pretty much.
My child is in there now. He's wondering, Mom, why am I in here? Why am I being charged with aggravated assault?
And they probably weren't even waving guns at nobody. They probably were just, how like the other video I seen where the man they caught a guy that was walking down the street. He was walking home from a freaking grocery store. They were waving guns at people. I had the police calling me one time. Then I was with my girlfriend at the time. That was years ago. I was with my ex-girlfriend, now ex-girlfriend, then girlfriend, whatever. You know what I'm saying. And her kids. They said we were parading outside naked. Racist white garbage. They called the police for no reason. They called the police on black people for no reason. Oh, they're looking suspicious. Oh, we're scared. You're pieces of trash. If you're Karen, you're listening. I've had white trash follow me from Biloxi to Gulfport, just following me. Oh, he's driving suspiciously. How do you drive suspiciously, you piece of Huh? Tell me, how do you drive suspiciously? Oh, he's driving suspiciously. You drive these nuts in your mouth. You drive nothing. You drive my foot down your throat. How about that? I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of white trash calling the police on black folks that do nothing wrong and have them killed. They have them killed. They're waving guns in the air. They make up trash. They make up anything to get the police out there to act violent. Or he's acting suspicious. He was just walking on the street. He wasn't doing jack to nobody. And they killed him for nothing.
And what do you tell them?
They won't tell me anything. I didn't know my son had been detained. Gulfport PD never called me. If I hadn't had any...
He was detained because he's black. He had the wrong skin color. Apparently it's against the law, like I say. Apparently it's against the law to be black. You can't be black without being arrested. For nothing. We have to teach our kids how to be black. That's sad that you have to teach your kids how to be black. You have to teach them, hey, these people don't like you. Why they don't like me, mommy? Because you're dark skinned and they're light skinned and they don't like you. But what, mom? That doesn't make any sense. I don't understand it either, son. But we gotta learn how to live with it.
Anyone that was already on the scene of the crime to call me and let me know what was going on, I would have never known that my son was in Gulfport custody. They never called and told me anything.
They don't care. That's why they didn't call and tell you anything. Because they're garbage. They're garbage. They don't care about lies or nothing like that. They're not heroes. They're not Superman. They're trash.
And then when we got down there, they told us three different stories. First, they wasn't
Because they're racist, they're prejudiced, they don't like you, so they're gonna make up crap. They don't feel like they have the respect. They don't have feel like they have to respect you enough to tell you the truth, to tell you what's going on, because they didn't have a reason to arrest them in the first place. Because they're scumbags. They're not real legitimate police officers. They're dirt balls.
charged with anything. We need to wait so they can question the kids. Then they came out there
Questioning teenagers. They don't question people that shoot up schools. They don't question that white boy they shot up the New York the store that shot up black people for no reason. Here's your reparations. Pop, 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 pop. He shot him up. He killed him. They didn't question him. They had sympathy for him. Oh, don't kill yourself. Don't kill yourself, please. This stuff makes me sick.
charged with they're being charged with fleeing and other charges. They couldn't give us any other charges that they were going to charge them with.
They don't know because
they come
they're
out a third
garbage.
time. Finally, he comes out and your children are absolutely being charged with aggravated assault.
Garbage.
How? Why? He wouldn't tell us anything. He went on back in the police station. That's it. You can go.
He don't. They don't. Just like I said, they don't care. They're waving guns in the air. You can't make this stuff up. You can't even make it up.
We're gonna question your children without you, because they're being charged as adults.
Because they're racist garbage. They're gonna try them as adults. They're gonna ruin their lives. Black men. This is why I'm gonna tell y'all something. This is why fathers need to be in the homes. This is why fathers need to be present. If you're a man, you need to be talking and communicating with your son. You need to be in your children's life. You need to be present, because if you're not, they don't have any mercy on the kids. Look what they're doing to the teenagers. Look what they're doing to them. They're ruining lives at an early age with no regard. They're ruining your son's lives. They're 13 out there. They're underage. They'll probably either kill them or send them to prison for the rest of their life, ruining their life. There is a plan against the lives in the black community. And why do we fall for it? Why do we go for it? You see why I keep saying black women need to stop complaining about black men? Black men need to stop complaining about black women. We need to stop this black men versus black women bull garbage. You see why I need to say we need to stop this crap now? We have much bigger fish to fry than this garbage. We hate on each other too freaking much. Black men ain't this, black women ain't this. I can't stand it because y'all fall for the okie doke. Y'all fall for it, and y'all don't care. As soon as this case dies down, you're gonna go back to falling for it again. It's a okie doke. It's what you call an okie doke. It turns you against one another. It makes you divided so they can target the men and get the men out of the household, so there'll be women and children. And then when the boys grow up, they're weak and they can't sustain on their own because they have no strong influence. It's been happening since the 80s. Okay? Y'all haven't caught on yet. We haven't caught on yet. We're still falling for the same garbage. And it pisses me off because we keep falling for it. And we won't stop falling for it. It's garbage. It's all bullcrap. Men against women, women against men, bright skinned against dark skinned. Shut up. They don't like none of us. So why are we fighting when they hate all of us? We're all hated by them. You hating one of them, oh, I'm going to go to white men because I'm tired of black men. They hate you still. They don't like you. They think you're the N-word. They don't care how much you show hate towards your own kind. They still don't like you. So stop bullcrapping. Get on board, wake up, and smell the coffee and roses, and stop being pansies. Let's stick together, be in unity like we used to be, like we were when they did fear us for real, for real. Stop being so freaking divided when we have other enemies out there that don't like us, that don't care about our lives, don't value our lives. We have to stop. We don't get the message. We didn't get the message with George Floyd. We didn't get the message with Trayvon Martin. We didn't get the message with none of these people. We didn't get the message. And I'm going to tell you something, guys, something. I'm going to show proof about it too. Black Lives Matter tricked y'all. The founders of the Black Lives Matter, they scammed y'all. They tricked y'all into giving them their money. They had mansions worth millions. They made millions of dollars off y'all. And they abandoned ship. There are people around that either wear your skin color or don't, that use you. They feed off your hate, feed off your emotion. They make us reactive instead of proactive. Instead of us sticking together and becoming a community, they make us reactive and only react when something happens. We're trained to be reactive. We're not trained to act ahead of things. We're not trained to be proactive. We're not trained to get ahead of it and come back together as a community and stop fighting and stop arguing amongst each other about bullcrap that doesn't matter. We're trained to be on BS all the time. And I hate that we don't get it. I hate that we're not getting it. We're not getting it. You can show all the proof, all the evidence. We don't get it. We don't get it.
15 years old.
There's an assignment, a demonic assignment against our children, against our people, against our men, against the women. There's an assignment and we don't see it. We're off into all kind of other stuff. We're off into this other spirituality stuff. We're all thrown off and all going off the rails. We can't see straight because we're so divided. You got this denomination against this denomination, Christians against this one. We're so divided we can't even see what's happening to us. We can't even see what's happening to us.
I don't understand.
I
That police
understand.
officer is probably at home, paid leave for shooting this kid.
He's probably not even on leave. He's probably still working. They don't care.
And our kids are in the county jail, and he's over there fighting for his life.
He's dead. Because of that bastard. He is dead.
That's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. And I'm not one of those parents that's gonna stand by and just let them think, because these are young black kids, that they can just do anything with them and just throw them away, give them to the system. No.
Of course they're going to keep doing it. They're going to keep doing it until we start protecting our children. They're not going to stop. It's going to get worse until we start coming together as a community, until we bring back the village that we used to have, until we bring our parents, our neighbors, our grandma, our grandpa, till we bring everyone back together. It's going to get worse. They're going to keep doing this. They're not going to stop. Us talking about it ain't gonna solve nothing. We gotta come back together. All this divisive garbage has to stop. We have to come back together. There's nothing else gonna happen, and it's gonna get worse until we do this. It's gonna keep getting worse. It's just gonna keep being like this. It's not gonna change until we do something about it and start coming together. It takes a village to raise kids. Let's bring the village back. Let's get rid of all the weirdos that have attraction to children. Just get rid of them weirdos, and we build our community back. Anybody that thinks it's okay to abuse women, to abuse children, get rid of those weirdos too. Get rid of them. Get rid of the weirdos that like children. Get rid of the weirdos that think it's okay to abuse people in any kind of way, any facet, whether it's emotional, physical, sexual, whatever. Get rid of them. And we just build our community back. Because if you want to conquer a household, you bind the strong man. That's what they did with us. That's what they did when it came to crack. That's what they did when it came to Planned Parenthood. That's what they did with the welfare system. They used those things to cripple and destroy our community, and we fell for it hook, line, and sinker.
I'm not that parent. I'm going to stand for mine.
Let me ask you this, because there's been back and forth stories. So did they have weapons on them?
They haven't gave any evidence to say that these kids had weapons. Any.
They don't know. They always, just like the black people, they shot, oh, he had a gun, he had a gun, he had a gun. One gun down in his apartment. He had a gun. How do you know? They don't, turn out he was unarmed. They don't, there's no information given. There's nothing.
Any
I'm
evidence.
tired of this garbage. I'm
What
sick
about,
of it.
did they
I'm sick of this garbage.
hold up a weapon at a police officer?
No. No one never held a weapon up at a police.
They have witnesses that seen the whole thing, and no one even clarifies that they had any kind of weapons.
Officer. Those are trumped up stories to save their behind.
And you're upset.
Yes, I am.
Who wouldn't be? Yes, I'm upset. We're all upset. Who wouldn't be upset about this garbage?
I am. Because I don't have any answers for my child.
Your child is asking you what's going on, and they're being charged with assault. They're being charged with stuff. Their whole life could potentially be ruined. And they didn't do... You know what? I'm about to cuss somebody out.
None. I can't tell him anything.
What are they working on in the background? What are they doing? Goodness, they could have had this interview somewhere else.
You haven't been able to talk to him. Well, I guess you talked to him.
You hear hammering and nails and pa, ka, 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 ka. Holy Christ, man!
I talked to him once. From the time he got to Gulfport, he said he asked to use the phone. They wouldn't let him use the phone.
They don't even treat them like human beings. They don't treat them like human beings. Apparently, you don't get the human being treatment. You're treated like scum because they're scum. They're reflecting.
He didn't get a chance to use the phone till 6:30 this morning when he got to the county to call me.
Garbage. Pure
I
garbage.
didn't get no rest last night.
Pure garbage.
Because I'm worried about my child.
She's trying to
I didn't
figure
know if they
out.
had did him any harm. The reason they wouldn't let us see him yesterday, we sat at that police station all day yesterday. No answers, nothing.
Bull crap. Bull crap! What kind of mess is this?
I will.
I'll be covering that.
What kind of mess is this?
What would you like to say to any of these people who are investigating, people at home who will be watching this later on? What message would you like to send?
Please keep your children safe. They're not safe out here. The police are here to protect.
Here's my message. Stay away from racist bastards that wear blue uniforms. Whether they're wearing a uniform or not. You have to be careful where you go. You have to be careful what you're doing because you have freaking Karens out there that will call the police and have you killed for no reason. Hold on, guys. 1 second. Gathering some more information. Pieces of garbage, man. I just can't stand this trash. Let's see. Cause I think this is ridiculous, man. So I had another stream on my mind, but uh, no information is given, and it's just weird. Let's see here. Not seeing any articles on it, but I will be I will be sharing the stream with the mother. I will be reaching out and sharing the stream because yeah, we're gonna spread it. We're gonna tag as many people I know down here as possible in this because everyone's gonna know because this is garbage. I don't care who sees it, who hears it. I say what I want on here. I'm not nice when it comes to this kind of stuff, especially when it comes to garbage.
Them, and they're not protecting them. They're only hurting them.
I don't
Please
care.
love on your children. And if
If you don't, the world will screw them over. Okay? If you don't love on your kids, the world will screw them over. They don't care about kids are not valued. Black kids aren't valued in America. Minority kids aren't valued in America. They fear that we're going to replace them, so they're going to try to do anything to either put us away or take us out. Okay? They either want no black men or weak black men.
anybody out there has any information, any video footage,
They're going to withhold all that because
please, please, please give it over. And free my boys and justice for Jaheim.
let's see, what is this?
Adam, looky what I got.
Is that the new iPhone 14 Pro?
Yep, with this
Excuse me.
amazing new camera. Smile.
If y'all
And
heard
you
that
got
burp,
it on
excuse me.
Verizon.
iPhone 14 Pro on them. You should
What
get
is
one.
this?
Wow, you can hustle.
Get a new iPhone 14 Pro
What is this
on us,
about?
and get it with one unlimited for iPhone, only on Verizon.
Tonight, President Biden's stark warning of the growing nuclear threat from Vladimir.
I don't care. Let's see. I don't care. I just watched that. Let's see. Anyway, Gulfport PD possible game. Yeah, I'm not. When was this? That was months ago. So we're not looking at that. 4 arrested and officer involved. And officer involved shooting outside of Family Dollar. Let's see. Because I'm just not understanding this garbage.
This afternoon, we responded to this area for a 911 call advising there was individuals pointing firearms at passing motorists. They gave a description of the vehicle and the subjects inside. They located this vehicle at this intersection here at 8th Avenue and Pass Road. We made contact with the individuals. They then fled from the vehicle. One of our officers engaged with an armed individual. Shots were fired.
I don't think he was armed.
He was taken to the suspect was taken to the hospital with a gunshot wound. He's still there. It's a tragic situation. So no one's getting involved with. But NBI will be taking over this investigation.
FBI would be taking over because y'all are incompetent losers.
That's all I have to say.
Can you say the age?
Can't say the age because you're lying about everything, so you have to withhold everything to make it sound kind of halfway like it makes any kind of sense.
About the age right now. Any further details will be given by the Mississippi Bureau of Investigations.
So they were firing shots from their vehicles parked here, or where were the
I
vehicles?
never said I never said the suspects fired in the vehicle. Fired.
Well, there was no firing shots. There was nothing. So why was there gunfire in the first place? If there was no gunshots, so why was there? Don't get me riled up, please.
There were several firearms also recovered from the suspects.
Was there anyone in the store at the time?
Yes, there was.
How many suspects were there?
5.
How many suspects were shot?
1.
Can you tell us where he was shot?
No, no.
The rest in custody?
Yes, everyone has been taken into custody. One was taken into custody after short pursuit.
Are they all juveniles?
I'm not at liberty to say right now.
No one inside the store was injured.
No.
Correct.
Thank you.
Adam, do you feel like the video will be released by MBI, and how important do you think that video should be released?
Well, the MBI has taken over the investigation. The Attorney General, the Attorney General's office, that's their
I hope the FBI cleans their clock.
discretion, and it's up to them. Usually they don't release video while it's still an investigation that's ongoing. The investigation is still in early stages, and we'll move on from here, but it won't be released until they're ready to release it.
Can you tell us the condition of the suspect that was shot?
Last I heard, he's put in place.
He's dead.
Thanks, guys.
Because of these bastards. They knew what they was doing. They knew what they was doing, and I'm sick of it. Okay, I'm sick of it. I did that video first. Yeah, and that's pretty much it on that one. I don't. If there's more information comes off this, because I've heard stories where how she was treated at the hospital and things like that, how the mother was treated and things like that. There's a lot of different things. As the story unfolds, if I come across more articles and things like that, I'm gonna give more updates. Believe me, because this is freaking let's see. So is this where she speaks out? What's this? Answers. Yeah, I seen this already. Yeah, I even seen the interview with the mom. So I mean, let's see. Yeah, that really pissed me off. Really pissed me off. Uh, I'll do the O'Neal one probably tomorrow or day after that. But that really just grinded my gears. I'll give more updates on this one as it goes on. Because I don't. I'm at a loss for words now. Had a lot to say. Got it off my chest, got it out of my system. I'm at a loss for words. I hate seeing this kind of garbage. I hate seeing it. I really do. I really hate seeing this crap. Because, let's see. I just don't understand, man. That kind of stuff just makes me feel some type of way. It makes me feel some type of way. Court documents reveal events leading up to fatal officer shooting in Gulfport. Mississippi. Court document released Monday give a clear picture of the events leading up to the last week's officer involved shooting that claimed the life of a Gulfport teen. Let's see here. Continue reading. Why not? Jaheim McMillan, 15, died Saturday after being taken off life support. His mother told WLX News he suffered a gunshot wound to the head from a Gulfport police officer outside of the family daughter. And I also heard that he was taken off life support without her consent. I'd looking more into that. If he did, they were racist. They were pieces of trash for that. And I hate how they treat black people in hospitals. I hate how they treat them. That's why you have black folks that don't like going to the hospitals and stuff like that. It ain't because they're not concerned about their health. Okay, it's not because of that. It's because the way they're being treated when they go to these places. They get treated like they're nothing when they go to these health facilities. They get treated like garbage. They have a health problem, a health concern, they go to the hospital. It's just nothing. You have a headache, and they're dying of cancer. They could be dying, and you just tell them, "Oh, there's nothing wrong with you." They'll sit and let you die. It's not the fact that black people don't care about their health, guys. It's the fact that they don't care about black people's health. Okay? If you go to get treated, they won't treat you with the right stuff. Okay? Police officer outside the Family Dollar store at corner 8th Avenue at Pass Road. Four other teens in the car with McMillan were arrested that day, charged with aggravated assault. Gulfport police were looking for the vehicle after receiving reports about the teens driving erratically and waving guns at other drivers, which I doubt happened because how do you know? I mean, I think some Karen called the cops on them. That's just my intuition. Court documents show that the first call about the teens came in at 2:28 p.m., where a driver reported a silver Kia Soul with a Georgia license plate driving recklessly on Highway 605 near I-10. The caller said the teens in the Kia Soul had the windows rolled down and began flipping them off. Recently, both vehicles stopped next to each other at the red light at Brentwood Boulevard. Boulevard. That's when the caller and his passenger said they saw the right rear passenger in the Kia Soul brandish a firearm. When the light turned green, both vehicles took off, and the caller told police he tried to get away from the Kia. As he got closer, Magnolia, he saw a red light and decided to drive through it in fear of stopping next to the armed passenger. But the Kia also ran the red light as both vehicles approached Pass Road. The caller told police he tried to lose the Kia Soul by cutting through the bank parking lot, but the teen stayed right behind him. Once on Pass Road, the right rear passenger put on a camouflage ski mask and held up the gun again. Might not be the same car, but let's see. Let's keep going. Related video, independent investigators, division investigating officer involved shooting. The encounter ended with according to the caller, the Kia Soul turned north on Courthouse Road and then west on Commerce Street. About 15 minutes after that, came into police officers located a Kia Soul matching the description in the parking lot of the Family Dollar. According to the Gulfport police, an officer engaged an armed suspect, McMillan, leading to shots being fired. I'm honestly thinking that was a different car. I have a strong feeling, and I'm usually not wrong about this. I have a feeling it's a different car. McMillan was taken to Gulfport Memorial Hospital and later transferred to USA Children's and Women's Hospital in Mobile, Alabama. The other four suspects, all under 17, were taken into custody. Police said several firearms were recovered from the scene. The court documents go on to say the four suspects all admitted to a detective that the caller's account of the events earlier that day in traffic were true. The teens admitted to holding up guns, driving recklessly, and that everyone in the Kia Soul encouraged the chase. Again, the four teens are each charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault and being held on a total bond of $500,000 $250,000 for each charge. As for the deadly shooting, the case is being investigated by Mississippi Bureau of Investigation. Gulfport officer was placed on non-reinforcement duties pending results of the investigation, as that's standard procedure for all officers involved in shootings. So he's on paid leave, like she said. He's not on paid leave. He's on duties. He's still going to work, but he's yeah. That's still not well. Okay, let's just say they did this. Let's say they did it. Let's just say they did all of this. Let's just say they did all of it. Um, the mom didn't know about it. Parents didn't know about it. Let's just say they did all of it. I'm gonna play both sides here. Let's say they did all of it. What justifies the police shooting the boy in the head if he surrendered? That's one thing. Why not just charge him? Why not just press charges? If they just committed a crime, why not just press charges against them? If they committed a crime now. Let's just say they committed the crime. Why not just press charges and not shoot anybody in the head? Okay, two. I don't think, and let's just take the kids. Let's take the officer side for a minute. Okay, they had guns. They received a call. They were waving guns in the air. How did these kids get guns at 15 and 16 years old? Who's watching these children? Let's pretend and say they had guns. Let's just pretend. I'm gonna pretend. Because I don't know anything about this. How did they get guns at this young age? I mean, I'm trying to. A lot of this story doesn't. Even if I take the officer's side, I'm trying to figure out how this makes sense. How did they get a hold of guns? Were they on the streets, or how do these things happen? That's why I say, black folks, we gotta. We I don't understand how. None of this makes sense. That's why we need to be together. That's why we need to band together. Because none of this makes any sense. I can't piece this together. I don't have anything to piece this story together. It doesn't make sense, guys. None of this story makes sense. They said they had guns. They were chasing somebody. None of this story makes any sense. How did they get a hold of the guns? Who had gunfire? Witnesses? There's no witnesses. There's no statements. There's nothing. There's nothing. There's nothing to work with. I don't have anything, guys. That's the end of the article. I have nothing. I even tried to read the article for you guys. I found nothing. 3. Number 10 shot in the head by a Gulfport police officer takes. He's taking out life support. Let's see. Searching for answers. Eh. They praying he bounces back. He's not gonna bounce back. So, and I'm tired. I'm tired of this kind of stuff. Really, 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 really. I had more. Okay, let's see. Let's see what happens. Uh, Family wants justice. Teenager shot died from his wounds. Family wants justice. That was 3 hours ago. October 10th, Gulfport teen has died of a gunshot wound he suffered when Gulfport police shot him in the head after responding to a report. Several people in a car, all minors, waving guns at motorists last week, and they were tried as adults for whatever reason. Weird. Harrison County Coroner Brian Switzer confirmed Fahim McMillan, 15, died Saturday after he was taken off life support at USA Hospital in Mobile. An autopsy is scheduled for Tuesday. He said McMillan was freshman. Yeah, I'm tired. Tired of seeing these kind of stories, man. Freshman in Gulfport High School, according to relatives, and is survived by his mother, Katrina Mateen, and other relatives, most of whom are openly questioning why police shot and killed Jaheim teens waving guns at motorists. Yeah. Gulfport police said in a press release that shooting occurred Thursday afternoon after they responded to a 911 call in the area of Pass Road and 8th Avenue in reference to several motorists waving guns at motorists. Gulfport police pulled the minors over in the parking lot of Family Dollar, where a Gulfport police officer engaged an armed suspect since identified as McMillan. I don't think that, and resulting in gunshots being fired. They always twist the stories. I think the story was twisted up, honestly. Hing's family doesn't believe he was armed at the time and is calling for justice for his death. In addition, to supporters are calling for the immediate release of the camera footage of the shooting. But they put it automatic on the FBI gate thing. But they said, I never said the shots were fired by police. They didn't reveal any information. They got not giving any information. They're just saying, y'all are in trouble, and no information. There's nothing. Jaheim was initially taken to Memorial Hospital in Gulfport for treatment and was then transferred to a Mobile hospital where he subsequently died shortly before 5 p.m. Saturday. In a video taken by bystander after the shots had been fired, Jaheim could be seen on the ground in front of the door to the store. A witness said police had handcuffed the teen after he had been shot. So if he had surrendered, what was the point in shooting him in the head then handcuffing him? Wouldn't it make more sense to, handcuff him and then arrest him? If he surrendered, what's the point? Gulfport Police Chief said, and Cooper said police took 4 other suspects, all believed to be minors, to custody, that several firearms had been recovered. If you think they had firearms, none of this is adding up, guys. None of this I'm not seeing where this adds up. Jaheim's family and friends and loved ones gathered for a candlelit video shortly after the shooting at the family's dollar store. Since the shooting, a GoFundMe account has been set up to help Jaheim's mother with expenses. Another relative lost in Mississippi Mississippi Coast police shooting. The family of Jaheim McMillan has already dealt with the loss of another relative in an encounter with police officers just when they was talking about he killed the uncle and all this stuff. 2018. Barricaded himself in a home in March 18 and shot at the police officers. At the time of that shooting, Gulfport police were trying to take Marvin McMillan, 41, into custody on an aggravated assault charge for allegedly shooting someone during a dispute in January 2018. Harris County Grand Jury after. So I ain't gonna connect him to this. I'm not gonna drag him into this one. I'm not gonna drag his uncle into that one. What I'm gonna say is, uh, shooting a teenager in the head. That's just not. They're saying he was fired. I hope the investigation. It's not finished. There's nothing. It hadn't been finished. There's nothing. Really else to talk about on this one because there's no evidence. There's nothing. It's still under investigation by the FBI. So we can't really just draw any conclusions just yet. All the thing I know is if apparently witnesses say that he surrendered and he came out with no firearms, no weapons, and was shot in the head. So if that's the case, then they're racist bastards. But other than that, if he was shooting at police and he got shot in the head, that would be a different story. But I can't say that's what happened. I can't say because I wasn't there. I don't know. There's no evidence out. There's nothing. There's nothing to go off of. So let's just we'll table this until there's more information out. I'm gonna do more research and do more digging. I'll do a part 2 on this one. I'll come back to this discussion. Such a good discussion, but I had to table it for right now. I don't know all the details. When I get all the details, I will be letting you guys know. But yeah, I gotta go because yeah, I'm hungry and I really need to. I really need to get me something to eat before I go to bed. I have to get up early in the morning and do some stuff. So I'm just gonna go to bed. Hungry, head hurts, hunger headache probably because I hadn't ate anything today. We're gonna talk about this tomorrow. Okay. Prayers go out to his mother and their family. I will be sharing this with them. But prayers go out to them, and I do hope that they get justice or the answers that they're looking for. I hope that more information is revealed. I hope this investigation comes out as it should, and I really do hope things turn around for them and their family because this is terrible, man. I'll keep them in my prayers. But till then, I'm gonna end the stream, and I hope you guys have a good night. And we'll be in touch. I'll do another one tomorrow. I'll probably do the O'Neill trial sometime tomorrow. I got a class tomorrow, but I might work it out earlier than that. We'll see. Probably or later on the night. It might be later on that night. Later on tomorrow night when I get out of class. But we'll see. We'll see. Catch you guys later.